All right. I love how this stream year goes. It says it's showtime.
Yeah,
It's
showtime.
showtime, ready or not. You better come out boxing because it's showtime. Welcome, welcome, our people. Welcome, our viewers. We are happy to have you as always. Please do not hesitate to help us to share and like and follow us as Daughters of Truth on YouTube, Facebook, Clubhouse, Twitter Space on Rumble. We are there as Daughter 2022. So we thank you guys so much for the work that we are doing. We know that we are not asking, oh God, we know that heaven is reacting
Yep.
towards our needs.
Yes.
We know that we are not asking for what does not belong to us,
Mm-mm.
but only to live and let live. Ọ dịrị nwoke na mma, ya dịrị nwaanyị na mma, ya dịrị Prince Charles na mma, ya dịrị Munachi na mma, ya dịrị onye ukwu na mma, ya dịrị onye nta na mma. Is that too much to ask for?
Mm-mm.
No, no. We want to be able to train our kids for them to go to places and live their lives, and we see our grandchildren, our great grandchildren, just like anybody else. And we wish that for everybody else.
Yes.
But we are not going to be oh my God,
Mm-mm.
sidetracked,
Mm-mm.
push aside,
Mm-mm.
relegated to the backyard
Mm-mm.
while you're living in the front, living your best life, and we're there screaming in excruciating pain.
Nope.
No, you don't get to do that anymore.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm. Ozugozie, I know some of you want us to forget what happened to us.
Mm-mm.
People like Jeff Bezos, I guess we've collected enough money on Amazon for him to be swallowing now.
Yep.
You think he can tell us how to react
Mm-hmm.
after we get slapped?
Yep.
Jeff Bezos, then you tell us how to react,
Mm.
right? So we suggest that you go into enslavement for 450 years.
Yep.
Okay, so when you come out, then you can come and tell us how to react because then we've had equal experience and then we can
Exactly.
begin to sing the same song.
Mm-hmm.
How can a man that live in a $1 billion bubble give us advice? Are you mad? Are you
Our people
insane?
that is throwing into
Hmm?
scholar.
Yes,
Mm-mm.
my dear, we don't blame you. But thank God for social media. As you're replying in social media, we are replying you. Our ancestors are replying you.
You say?
Nonsense. Anyway, welcome to the program. My name is Munachin Saga. Like I said, help us to share. They are blocking the views, they are blocking what they are doing. They don't want the information to are transitioning to other platforms are playing games. But it doesn't matter. People are getting the message.
Yep.
They are getting the message.
Mm-hmm.
The phone calls, the emails, the text messages speaks
Yes.
volume.
Yes.
So don't let the number game deceive you. Welcome our brother Ogubo. I hate to greet people because I don't even I can't say your name right. It will sound like something else.
Butcher the
But
name.
welcome to the program. Yes, welcome to the program. Help us to share, 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 share,
Yes.
like, and those all these things that we need to do to get the news out there. We know that our people are waking up.
Mm-hmm.
We are sending information that people need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Those that thought they can kill our people and pretend like it didn't happen,
Mm.
yeah, not under our watch. You will
Mm-mm.
hear that it did happen.
Yep.
You will definitely hear that it did happen.
If you don't want to hear it, then don't do it.
If you don't want to hear it, then don't do it. That's it. If you don't want to hear it, just don't do it. So, welcome to the program. My name is Bonachin Saga, and I'll let my sister take on.
And my name is Dr. Patience. Oh, Ekwi, sorry. Igbo name. So we'll use Igbo name. Ekwi Simonokube. So I'm in Lexington. Thank you so much, our people. Those that are coming here for the first time, you are welcome. This is where you will get the information that you're supposed to get to change your life and our lives. So you're welcome. Like my sister has said, help us to share, like, follow, subscribe, everything that you need to do. Send to your contacts, those people, the politicians, the church leaders, the social influencers, the what are they, traditional rulers, all of them, your friends, family members, everyone has to be woken up. So please share, 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 share. And while we share, will give us some admonition this morning. And we want to the words of Stephen Wig in a song that he titled Only Remembered. I'll just give us one or two verses of that song. It says, fading away like the stars in the morning, losing their light in the glorious sun. Thus would we pass from this earth and its toiling, only remembered, but for what we have done. Only remembered, only remembered, only remembered for what we have done. That's the
Mm.
chorus. He said, thus would we pass from this earth and its toiling, only remembered for what we have done. He said, only the truth that in life we have spoken, only the seed that in life we have sown, these shall pass onwards when we are forgotten, only remembered for what we have done. This is just the one or two verses. You can go online and get the full details. So people have written about these things. People that will speak, they have spoken. We are not the first to say it. That please, if you want to be remembered for good, then live for good. It's as simple as that.
Do good. Yep.
Do good. Because when we start to remember what you have done, do not expect us to lie and cover up the evil you have done. We will not. We can't afford to continue to lie for the wicked when we know there will be no peace for them. That's what the Bible said. The Bible said there's no peace for the wicked. We're only repeating what the Bible said. So why do you want us to lie? This is truth platform. Here we'll say the truth. We are not here to lie. We will say the truth. So please, do not expect us to lie. I beg you, in God's name. If you are so concerned about a good name, while on earth, please work hard to make a good name and keep that good name. If you want us to speak good of you when you die, you better start repenting today from your evil ways, because we will say it. We will say what you did to us. For those of you that are coming in to take thrones, you better start doing good things, because we will say it. Thank God for internet, like my sister said. Repent today from your evil ways. If your ancestors stole other people's resources, killed little children, and made women young widows and children fatherless, you know what? Stop stealing. Stop killing. Begin to make amends while you still have the breath in your nostrils. Thank you.
My dear, thank you for that. We will not cover up for the wicked. If you want to remember for good, do good. It's just that simple. So anyone thinking that we're going to be singing another song for you when you die, because the criminals will say, respect the dead, honor the dead. Which dead? The one that was terrorizing people when they were alive? We honor those that live an honorable life. That's who we're going to honor. We are not going to honor those that live, on the blood of other people. We are not going to honor those that ensure that other people will not prosper, but they will prosper. We will not honor those who are stealing resources that they are not paying for at a fair market price, while our people die at the Mediterranean Sea. It doesn't even make sense. But the good news about all of this is that you have the opportunity to right the wrong. You have the opportunity to get it right. You have the opportunity to change the trajectory and begin to, like my sister said, made amend and bring healing, speak about healing. One thing I know about my people is that we're very forgiving. So forgiving that some of us are even confused about what just happened. They're still praying and singing for the other party. Do the right thing and we'll work together. We are not here to go for an eye or blood for blood. We are here for you to do what is right, because he's in you to do what is right. We all have in us to do what is right. So begin the work today. Begin the work. It's not too late for you that is still living. It's not too late for you to right the wrong. It's not too late for you to retrace your steps and move back from your evil ways. That what we are not going to do But we are not going to do, what we are not going to do is to honor criminals, honor those terrorizing others, honor those that swallow the resources that belong to their brothers and sisters, and they swallow it for themselves, and they will want to pretend like it didn't happen. Nah, maybe your criminals will honor you, but not us. So welcome to the program. Help us to share, like, subscribe. As you can see, they're blocking because we've been tweeting all week, and our Twitter, our tweeting is not that famous, but it's the truth. So we know how the world rolls nowadays. They don't want to talk about what the truth is. They want to talk about what is trending. That's why it's okay on TikTok for my sisters to come in and be shaking their bum bum, and that's all Black women are known for. And my people are okay with it because it's trending for them. Hmm? Why can't we see Black doctors, female doctors that are commanding a hospital, running shows, doing all kinds of stuff? No, they will never show that. They will show Black women as hypersexual. The only thing they have is their booty, and they can shake it up and down as quick as you want them to. And we know we are more than that. So we're here to promote good. So if you're all for good, help us to promote. Promote the video, share the video, because they don't want you to know any better. They want you to think that abnormal things are normal. They want you to live in a state of confusion, in a state where you do not understand the right from wrong. But you have the ability to make that change. God is working on our behalf. We just have to continue to do the right thing, continue to take the right step or steps towards our destination, and not relent. And in no time, we'll get to our destination. It's not that hard at all. It's just that people like to lie to themselves. Happy and way, I call it. Cheap way. They want to take the shortcut. You want to have 7 children and graduate from medical school the same time you're having children. Welcome to the program. Like our topic says, the power within. So packed and powerful. The power within. And it's so funny, when we came up with this topic, a lot of the things that happened afterwards have not happened, as if God knew something was going to happen. Our brother Tony Evans, he's an American televangelist. He told us that God will empower our actions, but will not replace our actions. He will empower our actions, they will not replace it. So what does that mean? It goes back to what we've been telling you guys all along. We've been shouting it here on this platform, that he will only bless the work of your handwork. If you're not doing anything, there's nothing for him to bless. And as he has always said, so many times in the Bible, a lot of you may not read it that way. He said, I will bless no mess. So don't go and cause mess and want him to bless you because you're crying and fasting and singing song and pretending and faking it. He will do no such thing. He will bless no mess. But he has assured us that he will empower our action and will not replace our action. The system and the leadership failure in Nigeria, spoken of by some eloquent politicians, was designed and implemented through the military-imposed 1999 constitution, run by the British Caliphate demonic partnership. A few weeks ago, we told you guys about the coven and who is at the helm of affairs in that coven. And we see what is trending today. Nigeria is a criminal enterprise, fondly operated and managed as a joint venture by its British Caliphate creators, in conjunction with their local agents and enforcers masquerading as the government of Nigeria. We all know that we don't have any government, because if you have government, you cannot be at a PDP party this week. In 2 days, you'll become the leader of another party. It doesn't happen anywhere else. It defies logic. It's only a criminal enterprise that can fund something like that. It's only in a criminal environment that can foster something like that. It doesn't make sense. You don't have a house, all of a sudden you come and become landlord. You paid. Either you bought the house and paid your way to become the landlord. There is no two other ways. Sadly, our stubborn politicians, being part of this criminal enterprise, instead of joining Ninas, the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, to bring the long desired positive reversal and transformation to our people. What did they do? They managed to assemble what they call the so-called best management team that will manage their criminal enterprise and make it more successful. And the question we're asking is, successful for who? Successful for who? Nigeria has never worked for anybody. Nigeria is the common denominator as to why everybody lives away from Nigeria. We have left our place where our umbilical cord was buried for one reason, in search of greener pasture. When we have milk and honey, as far as I'm concerned, our land is the Garden of Eden. Somebody went, and my little son told me this the other day, Ekwi's son, Victor, he's also my son. He said that that place where you live is a Garden of Eden. This boy came up, this is a very young boy. He said he got it in his spirit that that is the Garden of Eden. But in the sense of wuru 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 and happy and way, the more you do, the less you see, and all this abrakataba. They turned it into a dead zone. Where people will die, children are starving, this and this. And then from the back, they will be going and stealing the resources and change the name. I bet if proper research is conducted, we will find out that that is the Garden of Eden, where everything, not some things, everything is made for us. The owners or the thieves. We know that when South Africa and Chile, for example, realized that the people did not make their constitution, what did they do? They did not embark on some cosmetic management changes, but rather they pulled it down and went into transition. So why are we trying to take Appian Way when it comes to our own? Because that's the only thing that we know? Is that because the churches have brainwashed us that we don't know our left from right? Is that because we are all criminals? Because we are going into an election where somebody in Niger and Chad is registered to vote for the election and we are okay with that? Have we turned to a land of criminals? Our politicians are criminals. Our citizens are criminals. Everyone involved is a criminal. We have to do better. The power within. We have the power to make the change that we want. We have the power to sing the freedom song that we'll be yearning for. We have the power to decide our own destiny, regardless of what Usman Danfodi or whatever his name is said, that he will control our future. And we're allowing him to do so because we don't want to face reality. It's sad, my people. We got the power. We have the power. We have the power to make the change that we want. Go ahead, Sister Epi.
Yes, we have the power to make the change that we want. It's within us. We don't need to be calling on the people that put you in the situation in the first instance to come and help you to do it. It's within your powers to do the right thing. If you will listen, if you will pay attention. Because, like some people will say, you might know what you're doing, but you don't know what is doing you. You are being manipulated. You are being turned around, moved up and down. So when you look at your environment and things are not making sense, something because for your like you need to pay more attention to say, this thing's not making sense. What is going on here? Don't just accept it that it's okay. Let's just be going. Yes, let's be going. Anytime you're about to move or go to somewhere, ask yourself, where am I going? When am I going to get there? Don't say, let's be going first. When somebody say, where are you going? You say, I don't know. Let's be going first. No. Prepare yourself for process. Put processes in place. I want to go from point A to point B. This is what I will do. This is the route I will follow. This is the vehicle I will use. And this is about the time I think I will arrive. So the first video we're going to show you, like we said, when an entire people is kept poor and vulnerable, the world needs to ask questions. Don't just take it like, oh, maybe they're lazy. Oh, maybe they don't want to prosper. Does it make sense to you? Not talk of people that are so blessed. They have resources in their land. Why are they poor and you are not poor? What is the game? Look and ask questions. Please go ahead.
Mention Haiti, and this is what you'll likely hear. Poverty, natural disaster, and now political violence.
Every report about Haiti has to include the line that it's the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere.
But hold on for a second. Something's missing in this conversation, right?
We need to be all thinking about the relationship of what we're calling poverty in Haiti and the relation to the richness of the rest of the world. And how did the rest of the world get so rich?
Imagine if you were enslaved, and after fighting for your independence, you were forced to spend the next couple of generations paying compensation to those who colonized you.
Reparations for slaveholders is a new one for me.
That is exactly what happened to Haiti. In 1697, France and Spain ended a war with each other by dividing up the Spanish colony Hispaniola. Through the labor of enslaved indigenous and black people, Saint-Domingue became the world's most profitable colony, exporting sugar, coffee, and indigo.
Enslaved people in Saint-Domingue suffered some of the harshest and cruelest slave punishments in the entire Atlantic world.
Self-liberated Africans led the Haitian Revolution and ended slavery in present-day Haiti and the Dominican Republic. After 12 years of fighting the French colonial power, which had tried to reintroduce slavery, the formerly enslaved people of Saint-Domingue officially declared independence and renamed their country Haiti. Many countries, including the United States, refused to recognize Haitian independence in fear of slave rebellions. And France refused to accept Haiti's independence unless Haiti paid 150 million francs as so-called compensation for lost revenues from slavery. That was around 10 times Haiti's annual budget. Articles from that period show that the French king knew the Haitian government wouldn't be able to repay the debt, which decimated Haiti's economy. Haitians had extremely high taxes, and most of the tax revenue was paid for the indemnity. This left the education system, public infrastructures, and healthcare underdeveloped. Agricultural land was also depleted to grow cash crops that paid for the debt but couldn't feed the country. It took Haiti 122 years to pay off its debt and required taking high-interest loans.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy to say that Haiti is poor and Haiti must be poor. And I think the better question whenever a people, an entire people, is characterized as poor with this word is to say, not why are they poor, but why aren't you?
Yes, so as we're saying, when you look at things and things are not making right, are not looking right, please do not just push it aside and say, oh, maybe it's this or maybe it's that. Look deep. Look deep and see. Ask questions. There's another one we'll show you, another video that we'll pull up to show you. Genocide has been going on among the Black people, at least in recent time that we've been hearing. People sit down and make a policy, genocide policy, that we're going to kill everyone. It's not okay to even kill rats. I mean, okay, let me not say rats. It's not okay to kill goats, cows, anyhow. How will you now be killing human beings anyhow? If it's not war, it's one crisis. If it's not this, there's no sanctity in life. Is that okay? So who are these people that keep making policy of killing Black people? All the time. History will be repeating. Why are we not asking questions? Why are we not checking what is going on? Even if they don't teach you history in school, you have your data on your phone now. Get on YouTube, get on Facebook. Educate your mind, educate yourself. Find out these things we are saying. Even if it happened years ago, those people that did it find out the reason they did it, and know that they are still doing it today, they might not come out with guns direct.
Policies. They are using policies to carry it on.
So if people could make genocide as policy, sit down and say, we are going to kill all the people, then they can still make that policy today. So check, in what ways are your people being killed? In what ways? Please go ahead.
More than animals, which was to justify not only the theft of their land, but their extermination. An edition of the Encyclopedia Britannica, still in circulation when I was at school, described them as only an animal of prey, more ferocious than the leopard or the hyena. He devours his own species. So they were hunted and raped and massacred. And few doubted at the time that genocide was official policy. A government report in the 1850s spoke of the success of poisoning Aborigines, 100 of them, laid out at a time. But until quite recently, little of this was even acknowledged. In Tasmania, the Aborigines were said to have died out. In fact, they were hunted along with kangaroos and almost wiped out. In New South Wales, by 1845, the tribe who had watched Captain Cook sail here into Botany Bay was reduced to 3 women and a man. In Victoria, an Aborigine called old Mr. Burt recalled this story told by his mother.
They buried our babies with only their heads above the ground. All in a row they were. Then they had a test to see who could kick the babies' heads off furthest. One man clobbered a baby's head off from horseback. They then spent most of the day raping the women. Most of them were then tortured to death by sticking sharp things like spears up their vaginas until they died. They tied the men's hands behind their backs, then cut off their penis and testicles, and watched them run around screaming until they died.
One of the most enduring myths about the Aborigines is that they did not fight back. In fact, the War of Resistance lasted more than a century, some of it here on the banks of the Hawkesbury River, north of Sydney. During the 1930s, my father built a cottage here, on the beach of an Aboriginal place called Patonga. I think we knew that somebody had lived at Patonga at some time, but no one talked about it. In fact, an entire nation had lived here on and off for thousands of years. They were called the Durag, a unique Aboriginal people, tall and slender, whose country extended to a 40-mile radius north of Sydney, and the mighty Hawkesbury River was theirs. And when the British established the town of Windsor in the early 1800s, a great war began. This war was not recorded in the Imperial Chronicles of Australia. Growing up here, I knew nothing about it, and I suspect that's still true of the people in the smart beach houses here today. And yet the Durag inflicted on the British a casualty rate greater than that sustained by the Australian Armed Forces during all of World War II. And finally, after 22 years, outnumbered and without guns, they went down fighting to the last man, woman and child, a complete nation. Today, in a land of many cenotaphs and war memorials, on which invariably is written, "Lest we forget," not one of them stands for those who fought and fell in their own country. By the 1920s, the British invasion had caused the deaths of at least 250,000 black Australians. Genocide on a massive scale. But this fact remained suppressed, except in the living memory of those who survived. Here in the Northern Territory, in the great isolated heartland of Australia, the killing of Aborigines continued well into the 20th century, and most of these also remained secret. However, in 1928, 150 miles from Alice Springs, a gang of police and cattlemen massacred at least 50 Aborigines, perhaps many more, and word got out. A public inquiry was held, and its findings were summarized in these 3 words: the shooting was justified. In giving evidence, Constable William Murray said, "We shot to kill. What use is a wounded black..."
They're back with the adverts. Yes. So we have to learn from history. History always teaches us what not to repeat if we can check out the history. But if we're just moving on with our lives as if, oh, all is well, and you know all is not well, let's begin to learn from history. Do you still want to finish it up or go on?
No, it's finished.
Okay. Let's learn from history so that we can make our tomorrow better. Because history does not repeat itself. It's people that repeat history. Somebody makes history repeat. But if we can get informed, we will know what not to do. Colonialism took away the powers of the indigenous peoples. But as legitimate indigenous peoples, living on our ancestral lands within this geographical space called Nigeria, or wherever you are in this world. For us, living in this space called Nigeria, because of what Ninas has done, we can now assert our rights to self-determination. Yes, through the constitutional force majeure that was done on the 16th of December 2020, we now have rights. We are now able to assert our rights. But you know what? We need to be guided by experts. The experts have been assembled by Ninas. Yes, these things cost money, but it's being done. People are doing it. Responsible people are sacrificing, trying to make things change. Ignorant people want to ridicule what others are doing. Doesn't even make sense. It really shows the slave mentality. Somebody is working for you to free you. You're not contributing a dime, but you're making a ridicule of the work. It shows that you are indeed a slave, because it's only a slave that will do that. But today we are speaking to our people. Please, whatever they gave you for your brain to be damaged, you can make efforts to begin to tap into the power that is within you and begin to liberate yourself. Begin to think like a human being. Though they've said you're an animal, do not accept that you're an animal. You are more than that. The person that created you, the creator of the universe, has made you more than what people think you are. Do not agree for them. So these things cost money. And that's why we say self-determination is not for amateur. It's not for non-professionals. It's just like somebody needed brain surgery. You don't go to a carpenter to open up your brain. You don't do that. You look for a specialist. In the same way, we are trying to assert our right for self-determination. It has to be done by professionals trained in that area, not amateur, not even charge and bell lawyers. It has to be people that specialize. And Ninas, by the grace of God, has succeeded in assembling those professionals. So let's listen to our brother, because some other people know what is going on. Even if you don't know, some people know, but you can learn from them. Go ahead, please.
Education is based on the British model. The British were not interested in making us better people. Otherwise, they would not have colonized us. Colonizing somebody is not about helping them, it's about helping yourself.
Yep, it's about helping yourself. And as we speak, our brothers are still confused about their colonial masters. They are there praising them, they are there mourning their dead when they have killed over 3 million of us and nobody acknowledged the deaths of our people. But my brown people are there congratulating, mourning, oh, let's mourn the dead and honor the dead. Oh, you shouldn't be saying that, you should not be saying that. We will honor no criminal. If you want to be honored in an honorable way, live an honorable life. So we know that these people were never for us. It's all about resource control. We keep saying this over and over again. Oh, it's not thinking about, yes, not thinking about people. They only care about the resources in our land. They only care about their interests. Never a day did they even consider the cost of what they're doing to our people, to our land, to our everything, the environment around us. They have never considered that. We are going to pull up a video by Queen Elizabeth's best friend, Harold Wilson. You will hear his comments regarding our people, that your life doesn't mean a thing. You do not count. That at the mere of every decision that you can be taken out in order for them to live a better life. It's just that simple. And we're saying enough is enough. We need our self-determination back, because what you guys gave us in 1960, right? It wasn't independence. You know what you did. All you did was to, take power and hand it over to your partner in crime to continue your subjugation. Nothing else was done. But unbeknownst to our people, they are there shouting, dancing as usual, because we know we are dancers. Africans are the only place. Every time they see a white man coming down from plane, the people dance. They will be dancing for them. And I've lived here almost 100 years. I've never seen a place where a black man is coming and white people are dancing. It's always us dancing for them. You can see that we're not well. You can see there is something wrong with us. And that solidifies what they've been doing to us. They dealt with us so much that when we see them, we start dancing and praising them. That's the condition that they left us. But you know what? Our ancestors are not happy. For those of you that do want to change, they will visit you and tell you what to do. They will visit you and tell you how to react. Because if you are a true son or daughter of your ancestor, there is no way you'll be dancing for those who took them out in their own land. It's not like they went to steal and they got shot. Somebody came in their own land, they welcomed them thinking they're dealing with a human being, all for them to turn around and start, dealing with them. We will have videos loaded. Grandmothers still waiting for reparation for what was done to her. Still waiting, traumatized. We mentioned before that in all our lives, check all of us, especially in Africa, how many of you have ever seen a young grandmother? Even if it's in her 50, by the time you see her, hardship had made her look like she's 80 years old. She will look dry, abandoned, suffering. I have never seen a grandmother that will pick up a grandson, throw them up in the air, pick them up and start dancing and do things. No. By the time we see them, they are either dry, they are confused, they have dementia, they are looking for stick to work. And yet, we are dancing for our colonizers. I will pull up the next video. Go ahead, sister.
Yet, we are dancing for our colonizers. Please, my people, please. And some of these people, as they are dancing, they'll be wondering why you're not joining me to dance now. Mm-hmm. You say, you're spreading hate, you're spreading war, you're spreading wickedness. Bro, or how did they say it? Sister, please wake up from your slavery. You are having enslaved. Your mind has been colonized. Wake up. Do not expect me to dance for those that peed on the grave of my ancestors. Please, I'm not that stupid. My father did not give birth to a stupid daughter.
Nope.
Never. Never. So please, the next video we're going to show you, the person is asking, how can one company colonize and destroy an entire country? A company colonize an entire country. We are talking of a country of over 200 million people with all sorts of professionals, doctors, surgeons, architects, lawyers, teachers, what have you. How did this happen? Because even the white people are wondering, like, how did you people allow this to happen? We have shown you people in our show, one Banana Republic. At least those people will say, oh, they were not educated then, they didn't know any better. But today, this is happening today. How did we allow one company take over our entire space and land. You're going to hear, if you're ready to play, you go ahead and play, and later we will explain it to our people.
Sure.
How did this happen?
To oil reserves by 1/3. The EFCC is investigating whether the $1.3 billion purchase of OPL 245 in 2011, in their words, included acts of conspiracy, bribery, official corruption, and money laundering.
Despite Shell and Nigeria's government enjoying a mutually beneficial relationship, the bribery wasn't exactly extended towards Nigerian civilians. Instead of reaping the country's newfound wealth, the majority of the population was hit with a seemingly never-ending stream of oil spills. Starting from 2010, nearly 3,000 spills have been recorded and attributed to Shell, with at least 29 million litres getting drained into Nigeria. For reference, that's enough oil to fill over 11 Olympic-sized swimming pools. These oil spills then pollute the entire country's water supplies. So by now, the water that Nigeria drinks is poisoned with cancer-causing substances that also kill the surrounding nature, taking away the nature, farming and fishing industries that many Nigerians are dependent on.
The oil operations also contaminated the water supply and agricultural land, killing wildlife and destroying economies that were based on subsistence farming and fishing.
Further impoverishing and poisoning the Nigerian people, making the Nigerians more and more dependent on Shell to give them money. As you can imagine, the local population wasn't all too happy with these constant oil spills, which leads us on to step 4 in taking over a country, controlling the civilians. While the methods of achieving this can vary from location to location, Shell has perfected controlling the populace. How could you make a country passive to your wrongdoings? How could you make them content with drinking cancer-causing water and having their entire country controlled by one company? If Shell couldn't control the civilians soon enough, their control of the country would collapse. People would revolt, and time was ticking. Shell needed to come up with a plan soon. And so what did Shell do? Well, they kept their head down and denied any wrongdoing.
All the 4 cases were sabotage, so not actually done by Shell, they were actually by criminals who steal products.
In fact, up until 2011, Shell only claimed responsibility for less than 40,000 gallons of oil spills, or around 0.5% of their actual number. And with the growing money and power Shell was harvesting from Nigeria, but denying any wrongdoing wasn't going to last. Shell needed to act like all good dictatorships, using all their power to squash any dissent with propaganda. Using the money they extracted from Nigeria, they would use this to crush the population. Now, Shell has a long history of trying to sway public opinion in their favor, but this hasn't been strictly through traditional means. Back in the 60s, Shell would secretly fund.
Last year, I made $403,919 using e-farming.
I don't care about that.
A number of articles that stoked the flames of a civil war in Nigeria. The company would play both sides against each other, which seemed to promise the Nigerian people resources that were theirs once the war was over. However, this was all smoke and mirrors. The deal still gave Shell full control of Nigeria's oil. But today, the company's come up with more unique methods of propaganda. The effectiveness of Shell's new propaganda is their ability to blur the line between truth and lies. Leaked internal documents show Shell's real strategy of refocusing the narrative and attempting to point out the environmental progression that they're making.
In the UK, 1.4 million households use 100% renewable electricity from Shell.
The company's first target was charities and NGOs. Shell would separate groups between ones that would never support them and ones that might. Shell would then attempt to sway the middle-of-the-road NGOs by attacking the aspects that criticize Shell, which basically means that if any organization signs allies with Shell's misdeeds, the company would simply counter that they are making green environmental changes, whilst also bribing charities and NGOs to turn a blind eye. Shell would then also focus on swaying international news organizations over to their side. To do this, they would use the same tactics they did with NGOs, but this time they would also overplay the significance of criminals drilling into oil pipes and causing spills. They would make these bogus claims that 98% of oil spills was all because of Nigerian sabotage, blaming Nigerian radicals and criminals for the damage that Shell was really doing. This news misdirection strategy then takes away blame from Shell and instead focuses it towards the Nigerian people. And now this propaganda helped internationally, but this PR maneuver wasn't swaying the Nigerian civilians. While it was effective in publicly muddying the waters, there was still massive civil unrest in Nigeria. People were sick of Shell exploiting all their resources, their nature, their jobs, impoverishing their people and giving them cancer. The country was rising up, and Shell was in big trouble. The time was running out for Shell. They needed to do something drastic. How could they keep the populace quiet? How could they force the population to be passive? This was a hard thing to do as Shell was openly destroying the country. Tens of millions of people relied on fishing for their livelihood, yet these constant oil spills were poisoning the coast and devastating Nigeria's fishing operations. All this bribery and propaganda just wasn't enough, which brings us on to the fifth and final stage of Shell's takeover of Nigeria, and this was to eliminate any opposition with force. You see, by this point, the Nigerian civilians were on the brink of revolution. People were realizing they had been colonized by one single company, and so the Nigerian population began to protest. And one of these protesters was a man named Ken Saro-Wiwa, president of the Movement for the Survival of the Ogoni people.
From the very beginning.
All right, we'll stop the video here. We'll post the whole video on our Facebook page if you want to watch it. Go ahead.
Yes, please. You cannot afford to be ignorant. If don't tell yourself, oh, I can't read. If you can't read, watch videos. Buy data and watch videos. Go to our website. That's why we make these videos, because we know that some of our people are unable to read. When they just see anything written, they go into panic attack. And that's why these criminals write everything they do, because they know you're not going to read it. You will read Bible, read every other thing, but that thing that they used to tie your hands and your legs, even medical doctors will not read it. Lawyers will not read it. That's how evil what they have done is. And we're saying, even if you can't read, please go to the website of Daughters of Truth. Go to our YouTube channels. Go to our Facebook. Follow us on Facebook. Go through our videos. We have you in mind. That's why we come here. So this video told us that there are 5 things, because it said, how can a nation be colonized by one company? It said, first, location. 2, dependency. 3, bribery. 4, controlling the civilians. And 5, eliminating any opposition. This is what they have always used. Whether it's banana, whether it's oil, whether it's gold, diamond, whatever it is. The first thing is location. They look. In your land, are there resources in your land? If there are resources in your land that they want, you have entered trouble. You have just signed up for trouble. You have invited them. So you see, it's not that you did anything, because some people say, oh, our people are this, our people are that. No, you wouldn't have done anything. Just that God blessed you, planted you as an indigenous person in a land that has oil, gold, whatever it is.
Garden of Eden.
Garden of Eden, whatever, that's the crime you have committed. Any untapped resources makes you a target. So this video that we showed you, you could see biggest royal families in the world. Some of the people that are dying, they are the owners of this company. Shell is an example. They're using Shell as an example. When you look, you see the same thing everywhere. When they pick that particular item, in Nigerian's case, is oil. They will not make you to be dependent on oil. You will not produce any other thing. Not because your leaders are bad. For those of you going up and down saying, leadership, leadership, leadership. No, you were sabotaged. They will sabotage you from producing food crops. They will make sure that nothing again works in your land. Mm-hmm. They will make sure that
they bribe few of our siblings. They will work for oil company. Then they will give them some money. They will be showing off. Oh, one Batagona, Houston. Oh, one is in town. Oh, one is in the village.
Ask yourself, how is it that the only thing we have is oil? When you have land where to plant, when you have land, they will attack you. They will use media. They will use everything to discourage you from doing any other thing. Don't plant rice. Don't plant this. Don't do that. Don't do that. They will put laws, policies that will make sure even if you want to do it, it will be tough for you to do. So you'll be discouraged. What are they doing? They want one product to be the only product that your company will depend on, that your country will depend on.
It's all about control.
It's about control. So when they have managed to do that, that your economy, the thing about your economy is one item, You see, they can control you easily. If they control that item, you will dance any direction they want you to dance. The next thing is bribery. Yes, they will bribe from heaven to hell because the money they're making from the product is huge. They know that the money is not going to the people, but they will continue to bribe because they are criminals themselves. So they will look for criminals to manage the thing. That's what we talk about, criminal management team. It is part of the strategy. You have been blessed to have a product in your land. Now you attract these criminals. That's what happens. And then the next thing is controlling the civilians. They will use lies, they will use propaganda, they will use everything. Oh, good luck is corrupt. Hey, this person is corrupt. Hey, that one. Okay, they are stealing the money. Where are they taking the money to? To your land. Meanwhile, when you want to bring only $1, they will ask you all the question of your grandmother, who is your grandfather, who. Meanwhile, then when they want to bring siphon the resources of the people, no questions will be asked.
Nope.
They will approve it for them, open door for them, making your connection for them, and you are being controlled. People, they will manipulate you. They will make you, the more you look, the less you see. They will blur the line between truth and lie. And then before you know it, they start claiming, oh, they're sabotaging us. Oh, there are criminals everywhere. There are criminals in South.
Terrorists.
Oil. Let's bring them and give them military to protect these resources we have invested in the land. And then when criminals are there stealing the oil, their own oil in their own land that you're stealing, they are criminals in their father's land. You now go and bring military that you have bribed because it's partnership. They have their own courts to kill indigenous peoples. They will play people against themselves. This village is fighting with this village. Oh, the oil well is on the border. That's my land. You are taking the oil well. Everything about our life is now oil. We were farming in the north. People were farming granules. People can do so many things. There's so many resources in our land, but they've made sure they sabotaged everything. You will not do any. First of all, they made one man, Dangote, to be monopoly. They gather everything.
And they're okay with it, yes.
Man. Cement, flour, sugar, rice, is only Dangote
that is smart enough to run that business enterprise.
Closed everything. Now they have brought some companies from South Africa and they have closed down all my people's small
businesses. Yep.
Meanwhile, in America, is this private small business that hold the economy
of
America. Yep. Entrepreneurship. But no, they close all of them. They will bring one stupid policy, tell you one stupid, buy all your people and use them to control the civilians. And you will be looking. Olorenti Golanya, you sold your ear and bought only eyes, and you're looking, you're not seeing anything. Your eyes are so open, but you're not seeing anything. Blood, your vision is so blurred. Even when we come to talk to you and wake you up, we say, share the information. No, you will never share it in case you're going to make Daughters of Truth to be popular. You know what? We don't want to be popular. We just want you to send the message. If I can hide to say this thing, first few years of our broadcast, I used to stay behind. You won't see my face. Because I wanted it to be about the message, not my face. It has nothing to do. I'm not looking to be any beauty pageant something. No, I don't want you to see me. We don't want you. It's not about us. It's about the message. Share the message to your friends. Send it, buy data, sit down and study this thing so that your brain can open. No. Then they will start eliminating any opposition. If anybody stands up and says, oh, see what he's doing, they'll kill you off. They will use middlemen, unpatriotic Nigerian. Now, in Nigerian case, is the Fulani, because they know that Fulani is non-indigenous. You know, you can't sell what you inherited from your father if you're not a vagabond.
Of course.
It's only a vagabond that will sell off entire asset that he inherited from his father. So they know that you, as indigenous person, they cannot negotiate with you because you want to get, a fair deal. So they brought in non-indigenous people, use them to manipulate the entire system, use them as middlemen, working with some greedy people in your locality to do their dirty work for them. And you know what they said? We said they imposed the 1999 Constitution because they have to use a tool. Remember, we told you it's about making policies. So they have to use a tool. And the tool they're using in Nigeria is the 1999 Constitution. Just some of you that are lawyers, you will not read it, yet you're a lawyer. And when we start telling you what is inside it, you start arguing from the point of ignorance.
The professor.
If I say you are ignorant, say, no, don't tell me. There's one that has PhD. He said, no, you can't tell me I'm ignorant. But you are. You just don't want to hear it. Now, you have moved from being just ignorant to being arrogantly ignorant. Because you're ignorant and you don't want to humble so that you will learn. You are now arrogant in your ignorance. These are all the games they play. And that's why you are in the shit you have found yourself. How can people come and tell you that your resources, the resources in your land, that's part of Commonwealth, they now have Commonwealth. That means it's both of us. You own something. Then somebody come from outside and say, that thing in your father's land. Now me and you get up. And you know what? When you need visa to come to my country, I will not give you. Meanwhile, the resources in your land, now me and you get up.
Highest level of criminality, my dear.
Highest level of criminality and wickedness. But you know what? You are the one allowing it. Why?
Yep.
Because you're not listening to hear what you need to know. Those that heard, they will hear half and half. You know, they say half knowledge is worse than anything else. They will hear small thing and then go and carry stick and bottle. I want to fight them. I want to fight them off my land. Yes, we are protest. We want to do protests. You see, Sarowiwa and all the people, they use policy, use the military, and hung them. They're the ones that set it up. Oh. By the time the military person now said, I'm going to hang them, even when he was his friend, he was still ready to hang him. The whole world, the other side, we are shouting, don't hang them, don't hang them.
No, pretending, my dear. They are the one that set it up now.
Yes. So they will set it up. They are playing double. They will play people against themselves. So you will not say, hey, is this person that killed my person? You are fighting yourself all the time. Meanwhile, they're the ones setting you up. They create the problem and provide the solution. No! Don't create the problem in the first instance. Get out of my land. Get out. You're a criminal. My people, we need to wake up. Wake up your neighbor. When you wake up your neighbor. Send this video to your friends. Tell them, stop watching breasts on Bumble. Those things are distractions. They pay them to come and distract you. You see them? Yes. YouTube, all of them, they pay them. That's why this type of show, they will not promote it. They will put caveat on it, say, do you want to watch it? They say yes or no. Hey, it has some content. It's part of the system. But they will pay your sisters that are shaking bum. Our men, the Kebe, go put you for trouble. And you are in trouble already. You're hooked to it. You're hooked to Ikebe. You're hooked to breast. Once you see woman's breast coming out as if your mother did not breastfeed you, your eye is open. You will pay all the data to watch it. Can't you see what we're saying? Even women now are into it. Women also now watch women shaking bum as if they don't have their own bum. Why not go to the bathroom and put on mirror and start looking at your own bum? All these things are distractions. Big brothers, big sisters. Hey, have you watched Big Brothers? They will bring it for you so that you'll be watching and wake up all your children to be watching iniquity in your home.
Hey, Aro.
What we call Aro, abomination. In my culture, a woman, an Igbo woman, for instance, before you get an Igbo woman, you will know what you will go through, because you are
You must
getting
pay
an
your
asset.
dues.
Yes.
Yep.
You're getting somebody, not a liability, somebody that will work with you in this life and make life a better place for the entire people. You know what you're going for. So you don't get an Igbo woman separate. That's why even the way we dress with double wrapper, you don't rape us easily. Because when you open one layer of cloth, you see another layer of cloth, my dear, you will give up. But now, free of charge, in your home, they are there. Woman is sleeping with woman, man is sleeping with man, woman is sleeping with everybody's behaving like a dog. Yes, yes. That is the where they reduced you to. While you're being distracted with that, the men work will be going on that will make you to continue to be a slave. Civilization does not mean being mad. That's not the meaning. Civilization means improving your way of living from where it was yesterday to where it will be today, better. Then you prepare for your children coming in so that they will have a better life than you had.
That's it.
That's civilization. It's not necessarily westernization. That's why when people come, they want to do this and do that, just like, get out. Oh, you come and pose for your sisters. I live in America, I live in UK, and then what? You're living in America, your brain is not developing. You're living in UK, your brain is not developing. You can only go to Facebook to post for my people and distract them even more. You are part of the criminality going on. Stop. And then you wake up. You contribute your money to go and give politicians that we have already told you that they are criminal management team. You will contribute money without asking them, without asking, where are we going with this? Have you seen Erigeri? Right? People say we have been eating. You have been eating. That's why your brain is not functioning. Because if your brain is functioning, you will do better. So they use war, conflicts, genocide, poverty, starvation, policies in these areas as weapons to colonize us. Why? Because they want to steal our resources. Britain, for instance, wrecked the planet. There are only 72 countries that they did not put their evil hand. It's like Leviathan that we showed you. We told you that this crown, we showed you the picture. This crown is the 10-headed dragon spitting fire. There's a program we did here also. If you can check it, we talked about the octopus with all the tentacles everywhere. Spread it everywhere. They wrecked the whole nations. See, all the nations that they colonized. In one, they were even India. They were scraping their head alive. That video is so horrible, we can't show it because we know if we show it, Facebook will block our show. YouTube will block our show because they don't want to hear the truth. They just want to make money and distract our people. They will cut the head of people, the scalp, while people are alive. They will get germ warfare, that is smallpox, infected blankets sent to the people. Like this thing you're seeing them with this thing they call monkeypox. They create diseases and pour it to the people. In China, they got their children hooked on drugs, like what is going on in Southeast now. If you're coming from this trouble, it will be the next one. If you're coming from this trouble, it will not. But something is opening door for them. That's what Ninas has been telling you. There is a tool they're using to come in. There's a key they're using to come inside to do all this evil. And in the case of Nigeria, it is the 1999 Constitution. Some people say, oh, they started the evil before 1999 Constitution. Yeah. So the Constitution started from the time they came and they kept modifying it. You know, like this is the evil. They will wear it cloth. Tomorrow they will remove the cloth. It was white cloth before. They remove white cloth, put red cloth on it. So you say, oh, they changed it. Now it's red. No, it's the same. So the content is the same. They remove the back of the book.
Ground. They see how you react. It didn't react with the first change. You kept quiet. It didn't react the second one. You kept quiet. They kept you passive. You didn't react. And then they put in the one that will seal the gate for real.
Yes. Gradually. You know, we told you, we gave you example of the toad that were kept inside hot water, and they started increasing the temperature small. You kept adjusting, you increase it, you adjust it, you adjust until you will die. So where you are now is the phase of death. They have been increasing the temperature for years, for over 50 years, 100 years, increasing the temperature. You did not notice. Now where you are is where you will die. That's why everybody's now shouting. They didn't start it now. Yes, they've been increasing the temperature small. You do not notice. My dear, if that video is ready, let's play. So you see what they did to your ancestors. Yes, your grandfathers. There's this Stalin something. They said that if you remove the pluck, if you remove the feather of chicken, then you give them grains, they will be picking. And today you're still doing like that. This video we are showing you is for your forefathers, so but you put yourself in it because you are still at that level. Yes, picking big brother, picking this crumbs, they're throwing it when you can be kings and queens, when you're here picking crumbs, and you're comfortable picking it. You're comfortable that you're picking crumbs. Say, let me not be picking my crumbs. Some people will even have the audacity to block you if you send an information to them for them to open brain. As if your brain open, that is me you're paying. Am I gaining from your brain that is open? But you know what? That ignorance will kill you because you will not know. Like I told you the other time, a woman that they kidnapped, she did not know because she doesn't watch all this type of show. And she told them, yes, we are the ones coming with Mopo. They almost killed them. If you don't know what your mates are supposed to know, you know what? You are doing yourself. Because all sorta, the rest will run, but you will be captured and be destroyed. Please, let's watch this and see what they are doing to, what they did to our people and are still doing to us now. Yes, we decided to play it for you. I'm getting emotional. You know why I'm getting emotional? It's not because they did it to our forefathers. It's because it's going on right now. That's what is going on right now. You have been kept to live below standard. You have been kept to pick crumbs. And my people are comfortable picking crumbs. When it's not from God, when God blessed you and gave you so much resources to live like kings and queens, you're comfortable picking crumbs. You're blaming, we are going to look for leader. Yes, if Peter Obi is obedient. Yes, we need to get obedient. Obedient in your slavery. That people, you're obedient to your slave masters. You have agreed to be obedient to your slave masters. Life goes on. But we're saying you can be free today. You can live a better life today. At 16, you can buy a brand new car. You will not need to go to the pastor to pray for you to buy a car. That's what is done elsewhere. Teenagers here buy cars every time. Old men and old women, when you see a brand new car that is powerful, go drive closer. Who will you see? Retired 80-year-old father and mother. They are the ones that change cars every year here. Brand new car, they change. Because they've lived their life so they know more, so they're just relaxing and having fun. Carry their grandchildren, like my sister said. Powerful cars. But your own parents, what are they doing? Crippled in the room with walking stick that is wood and walking like this, bent over. People so blessed. And we're saying we can change these things today, not 2023. Anybody telling you that you have to wait till 2023, to make changes is a liar. It's part of the criminal management team. Because the change needs to happen now, not tomorrow. Whatever they tell you they want to do tomorrow is not your change. It is their change. They're only moving from one criminal to the next criminal. It's just that this criminal is going to be smarter. When he will be killing you, you won't even know that you're dying. He will do you like Jim Jones. He will give you Holy Communion. He will say, yes, we are in church. We are drinking Holy Communion. No, you're committing suicide. We'll play this again to you for you to see what is going on. The actual reason why Britain supplied ammunition to Nigeria to kill Biafrans. Some people will say, oh, Biafrans, Igbo people, what's my business? Let them kill them. Me, I'm Yoruba. Me, I'm Hausa. Me, and this. You see what happened to Biafrans 1916, 70 is what is happening to you now. In Middle Belt, that is what is happening to you. Northeast, Northwest, and you know the rest of you in Southwest, it's coming for you. Because everybody has to die. It has to start somewhere. So watch and get something for yourself by the grace of God.
There were protests throughout Africa. Britain was seen as helping the Nigerian government to pursue a policy of genocide. The scandal also split opinion in Britain.
Should we stop sending arms to Nigeria? Whether this would have any effect or not, should we stop sending them now? Two phrases.
To my mind, it's a very simple, and the answer is yes. The alternative is, as proposed by people like Woodrow Wilson today, is to keep up with the Russians. This is morally absolutely intolerable. Policy is losing out. You're making a fool of ourselves throughout the world. The people are regarding this country with moral obloquy. It's not just medical, the policy has failed.
If we don't supply arms to the Nigerian government, the Russians are going to go on doing it. The Russians have told the Nigerian government that whatever happens, they're going to see them through to victory. Well, is it wise that we should allow the whole of this vast area, with 52 million people in it, with more oil in it than Kuwait, to fall into the hands of the Russians? I mean, it's absolutely crazy.
The federal government won, helped by the British arms. But there is
You are just a policy away. Just a policy away. They called it genocide policy. Do we stop giving them arms to kill the people that are drinking tea and discussing? The other one say no. The other one say yes. It's your destiny that deciding. Why you're running up and down. Prum, 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 prum. Not thinking about your destiny. Not thinking of what is happening to you. There's another thing we'll pull up. It's not a video. It's just a picture of Harold Wilson. He was the prime minister within the time the Biafra genocide was going on. When you read their statements, you begin to understand the people you're dealing with. They have not changed. Their children are here. Because you know what? They train their children in these things. So when they die, their children go carry on. So this is what he said as our people were dying. He said the dead bodies of 500,000 Biafrans will not force the British to change her policies concerning the Nigerian civil war. The Biafra nation cannot be allowed to be, for we do not trust what they will become with their vast resources around the Russians and French. Can you go up a little bit? No, can you go up? It's going down. Just to get the down part. Okay, just to show you that this was Harold Wilson, UK Prime Minister. No, still go up, please. Between 1964 and 1970. You can go up now. Sorry, you can put the picture. Between 1964 and 1970. While you die. What are we saying? Like Sister Mona said, we are not saying an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. We are just saying, get informed, For those that think, oh, you're spreading hate, you're spreading, I wonder what this is. Is this one hate? What are they spreading here?
They're spreading resources, my dear.
So you see, when many Irish and Igbo people and other people too remember the crown, the British crown, for presiding and overseeing genocides.
And this Harold Wilson was a well-known friend of Elizabeth.
Yes.
Well beloved that he was described.
Very close.
So it's not like she doesn't know what was going on.
Why would she know?
As a prime minister, they report to her on a daily basis. So she was fully aware of how many children that died.
Yes.
No wonder they are now coming for her.
Yes.
Can you imagine 3 million Kwashoko children surrounding you if there's such a place as a judgment zone? Can you imagine?
Torment. That would be torment. There's no way your passing will be peaceful. If you want a peaceful passing, do not kill, especially innocent children, because they will come for you.
Heaven will come for you.
We demand that our people killed be honored. That genocide that people are sweeping under the table, it will not be there for too long.
Nope.
You want to begin to make amends because we have not forgotten. And our children will not forget. We want our people to be honored. Germany built a memorial park for victims of Holocaust and are still paying survivors of that tragedy. But Britain and Fulani in Nigeria, through the Nigeria Fulani government, are busy building railways for Niger Republic, buying cars and motorcycles for them, giving 61 million naira to a Malaysian university, while survivors of Biafran genocide are scattered all over the world, going through all sorts of inhumane treatments. Even those in the land, no schools, no roads, no electricity, nothing, because there's a constitution called 1999 Constitution used to hold them down. And guess what? Igbo people, the survivors of the Biafran genocide, what are they doing? They are more interested in going into politics with the killers of their kinsmen, the killers of their ancestors. Imagine the Israelites in this situation. What do you think they would do? If somebody should suggest to Israel that no, do not hunt the people that brought Holocaust on you. Do not hunt them. Do not bring the war criminals to book. Imagine what Israel would do to you. But my people, the black men, it's comfortable for them. They want P2B. And P2B, vice president candidates, is Fulani from Mauritania. And 2 of them are hobnobbing. And then APC, he has the Boko Haram, the one that's sponsored Chibok girls. He's the one coming out saying, yeah, I will do this. PDP, he has article, all of them. Our people think it's okay. Let's listen to this girl. Because when you listen to, why we show you some of these things is that when you hear how others think and talk, maybe it will begin to affect you so that you behave like a human being and stop being the animal that they called you. Because you're not an animal. God did not create you to be an animal. You have an IQ that is beyond, but you are the one bringing yourself down. Look in for the power within you so that you can arise to be the human that you have been created to be. Let's listen to this lady give you.
Some people are saying that celebrating or minimizing the death of the Queen is insensitive. That may be true, but in my view, it's even more insensitive to saturate our media with celebratory posts about a person who, for many people, is a symbol of genocide, colonization, and all the violent institutions that came with it. She was queen when Britain helped lead the war that destroyed my country. And just this year, she gave a knighthood to one of the main criminal masterminds behind it, Tony Blair. Far from showing respect for the dead, that's basically saying it's honorable to kill hundreds of thousands of Iraqis. And of course, this is just one of countless atrocities committed in the name of a crown adorned with the spoils of war. So in my view, it's totally inappropriate for people to police how victims of colonization talk about the passing of the Queen. And I think it's only right that if we choose to remember her legacy, that we remember all of it.
Yep. And no one will get to slap us and tell us how to react. Whether your name is Jeff Bezos or who the hell you are, even Jesus Christ of Nazareth, you don't get to slap me and tell me how I'm going to cry. How dare you? How dare you? Do you know what we suffered? Do you know how our mother suffered?
Still suffering, my sister.
Suffer. I'm saying suffer than my own because my mother has passed. Thanks to the Queen and her policies. Suffered, and then she lived there to be 100 years, celebrating global jubilee and this one jubilee and that one silver and golden and all this stuff. And my poor mother died. Not because that was her date, if you ask me. It's because somebody made it possible for her to consistently be carrying other people's cross on her head because she was the one that was doing fairly okay in her family. It's not okay for Prince Charles, Mumu's Charles, to live his best life, and okay for my brother to die in the village. It's not okay. All we are saying is that put us on a leveling ground and let the best win. A lot of people are afraid of that. You claim that you're God and you're Christ and you're judge and you're the jury. Let's go on a leveling ground and then we'll start from there. When you're winning everywhere. But no, who wants to do that? It's all about propagandas. It's all about fake news. It's all about media. It's all about saying, no, don't say that. It's divisive. It's divisive. Oh, no, we are here for communing with each other. Since when did they commune with you, my dear? In truth and honesty. Can we explain that? Nobody will get to tell us how to react. We have the power within to choose the pathway that we want for ourselves. Think about if only our people have the access to information that they need to understand what was being done. They will know that P2B is not a candidate of choice. P2B will not bring you the change that you're seeking. Because like we said, they will use every tools under their hands to make sure that they control and dictate who will rule you and judge you and all kinds of stuff. It's not okay for our people to be dying at the Mediterranean Sea. It's not okay for our people to be going to India for basic surgery that can be done in our own backyard. It's not okay for our people to be polluting the air because the Lord and the Savior, Jesus Christ, said they will never have electricity. It's not okay. It's not okay for my people to be drinking water full of carcinogens because Shell wants to make money. And then when you want to go to, I think Shell originates from, is it New Zealand, one of those Scandinavian countries? Yeah, it's not okay. Then when we get visa, when we get there, you guys, it's either we are cleaning your toilet or we are washing your grandmother's vagina or all kinds of stuff that we have to do. It's not okay. We are saying, you guys have stolen what you have stolen. Millions of years has passed. By now, you should have used those resources to make something of yourself and leave the indigenous peoples alone. For them to begin now, to start the run that they should have started 400 years ago. You have raped, maimed, destroyed. And the one that kills me is that how they did all these things, but every time you see them, they're showing black people on TV, they did this, they stole this, they did this. If we begin to compare side to side the crime committed by this other group and the one committed by black people, you know it's a joke. There's no comparison. There is no comparison. Who will cut off somebody's penis and their ears and allow them to be screaming and shouting until they die? Who will feed a baby to a crocodile? Who will go from his house, take a telescope and look and pack all his sheep to go to somebody else and steal all their resources and then come back and fortify himself? Who else couldn't you also make that? P2B is the one raising, Britain is the one raising P2B. He is their own man and they push and dragging everyone to make him president. Of course, we know it's a barakata that they're doing, our brother Sydney.
Yes. And he said it by himself. He said, I will drag everyone. He said, I will drag them.
We know the power within that we are referring to. We have the power to direct our own trajectory in life.
Right, that's that picture that God sent to you, prepared for you. Where is it, sir? As you talk. Because what we tell people that what we're doing is, we are not alone in this work. The universe is backing us up. For those that are ridicule and we don't even care. Because you know what? We are not politicians. So we don't want you to like us. We don't want you to. No, that's not my problem. It doesn't even concern me. In fact, the more you hate, the more I'm pushed. Because I look at you and say, whoa, this slavery is too much. So I'm motivated to work harder. Yes, this is it. For those of you that are wishing, rest in peace. We're not telling you not to wish you. How can you rest in peace when all these hungry children are following you in your journey? Have you ever been there? Have you ever read some near-death experience books? Maybe some of you need to go and read them so that you begin to understand that journey beyond. Maybe when you know where the journey, that's journey beyond, if you have an idea of what people go through, then you start changing how you live today. You begin to have a rethink. With all these hungry children, short children with big stomach and big head and tiny lips following you, singing after you as you're entering. You think you will rest? It's like soldier ants. Soldier ants all over you, biting you. Remember when we were small, we read Gorilla Travel, the Lilliputians. No, all around you. You got little pin all over. How do you rest? Can we stop lying to ourselves? And begin to make the people that are living do the right thing? Because we can do it. Right now, you're pushing Peter Obi. By the time the people that he killed in the Azu River, we start running after him and following him, you start calling me to come and say, rest in peace. We are warning you now, telling you to do the right thing. You don't want to hear Ifachiente. Close your ear because you are deaf and dumb. I think as if you can bribe the universe. You might bribe your way on earth. You might bribe your way through, but you know what? Over there, you can't bribe your way through. It's what you sow, you reap. You will only be remembered by what you have done. We will open the books here on earth. As we are opening the books on earth, heaven will be opening it too.
Yep.
The curtain of the old order has fallen. How do we react? It's like you are tied somewhere. Lazarus was raised from the dead. Cloth was still tied over him. He was alive, but he could not move because the grave cloth needs to go off him. The old order, this thing is a significant thing that happened. The old order has fallen. How will the indigenous peoples react? You are tied up and then all of a sudden the thing tying you just well. What will you do? Won't you run? The genocidal war against our people will never go unpunished. That's why we showed you. Because the Bible says that when you agree concerning a thing on earth, it's settled in heaven. There will not be uproar coming from earth after you as you're going, and you think that the angels will embrace you. Things don't happen that way. And we ask, why are Nigerians not angry about what has happened to them and what is still happening to them? Why are you at ease in Zion? How many times will Ninas blow the trumpet in Zion? Why do you always do follow without thinking deep? Why? That's what we ask. And then some people that are already beginning to think will say, okay, we have heard. What is the way forward? We want to do the right thing. We want to be remembered by our good works. We want to be remembered by joining to free the poor masses. I told some people, I say it's only the strong that can free the weak. In Nigeria, the elites, rather than work hard and use their advantages to free the people, they use those advantages and their strength to suppress and oppress the people. And you know what? You will not be remembered kindly. Posterity will not show you mercy when that time comes. If you want posterity to show you mercy, begin now. This is when to begin. to free the people. Yes. Those of you that have managed, you are strong, you have built good house, you buy cars. Yes, you are now on 180 Laura. Everybody come to your house and you be giving them, and you're carrying the whole burden on your head. Are you God? Some of them, when you talk, they start defending as if they are God, because in their head they have become God. Yes, you're the one buying cars for the people in your village. You're the one doing this. I built house for that widow. I gave that person. Are you supposed to be doing that? Is that your job? You're supposed to live and enjoy your family, your love life. Enjoy your wife. Enjoy your children. Be happy. That's the God's plan for your life. But no, because of the evilness that you people have allowed in Nigeria, you are now the master.
Playing God. Who the person that I will help and the person that I will not help.
Yes, you pick and choose. Yes, you talk to me. I don't like the way he's talking to me. I'm not going to give you that car anymore. Yeah, I won't give you that school fees that I promised you, because I'm Alpha and Omega. It's me that decide who is alive and who is dead. Who I will give food. I will give this person food. Those fatherless. Do you know the number of fatherless I'm feeding? Do you know the number of people I pay their school fees? That's what Nigerian elites brag about. Check other countries. Is that what happens other places? In America, is it the American elites that pay school fees for people? Is the system you set in place. You work hard to set the right system in place, and the system will work for itself and take care of the people. Stop this evil. Stop evil and join Ninas to fix the system so that the people can be free. We are holding our people down, and one day they will arise to eat you people up. Let's listen to this man of God, because at the time I was saying, is there still a man of God in that land? I was afraid that we have lost it all. However, God has remnants. The time I posted on my wall, I said, where are the remnants? Because I know that my God will always have a remnant for himself. Begin to speak up now or forever keep quiet. This is Emmanuel Kure. I've always followed him since I was a teenager. Yes. He didn't start now. If I go to my hometown, I'll see the book, his prophecy on Abiola, and some things that will happen. Then I was afraid, like, oh my God, when this will happen, how are we going to do through it? But we have lived through it. And you know what? God has preserved us. Some of us that are walking with the light. But those of you that are walking in darkness, I don't know for you. So he's speaking again. Let's hear him, because he does not do follow. Yes, he's not part of the political pastors that they will sort out and give them money because they have big churches. They will buy private jet for them. Yes, the politicians are their partners. They will pour olive oil on their head and tell the people, yes, this is the one. No, I'm not part of politics, so I don't want to be part of policy, so but I'll bring Buhari to your church and pour olive oil on his head. Yes, I don't want to do politics, so yes, but I will tell you to go and get PVC, even when you're supposed to be pushing for referendum. I will tell you, no, follow that man, but I don't want to be part of politics. You lie, and you know what? You Leviathan, the whirlwind of the Lord is coming to uproot all of you. Go ahead, please.
When there is something to rejoice about, living in the realms of positive confessions, while the enemy is taking over everything. You think your noise will overwhelm the noise of your other people? It will not. Their noise is always louder than your own when they start making it. My friends, go back to the throne and let's bring God down with us and march through Nigeria with God. When we do that, a new nation will be born. Can you say amen to that? Please get this tape, listen to the end, get the challenge, take snippets of it at a proper, and send it around. Because it will not be put on television. God is not happy with the church in Nigeria. Even the prayer movement, they are not starting from the place of repentance. And when they are repenting, they are not repenting for selling God off. You say, how did they sell God? Don't you remember that Israel sold off God when it asked for the king? They asked for their kind of king. And God said, I will give you the kind of king you are looking for. You are looking for a tall man. You are always looking after the eye. It was after God punished them that he chose his own king. That was what we did in 2015. It is for that sin. It is not written in the Bible that Israel repented.
Wow.
And Saul fully oppressed them. Or did you see in the Bible that Israel repented? That's what Nigeria is doing now. We are not repented for 2015. That we chose a king God didn't choose for us. And we are going as if God is a fool, ignoring him. And then we want to choose another one for him. I won't join the crowd. You can go ahead and choose your king. But let it be written that the prophet protested. And he said he won't be part of it. I want to go to heaven. Away with your rejoicing. Any man who has consulted with God, including our bishops and archbishops and all the many 10,000 prophets who are seeing things through water and through spirits, get them come and tell me exactly what God said. See, God is answering by thunder. Let them come and tell us what God said. But please, can we stop rejoicing when God is not dancing yet? And let's stop announcing names God has not announced. Father, Bale, keep calm. You will soon know the people that God has chosen to lead us next year. But God said next year he has to write a new constitution. Is that what Obi will help us do? Is that what Atiku will help us do? Is that what Jagaba will help us do? A new constitution must begin next year.
Now, not even next year.
I've been consistent about that. Now, we need to write a new agreement.
Not next year, now.
The Igbos must sign that they agree that their interest is covered. The Hausa and the Fulanis and the Babuje must sign that they agree that their interests have been covered. The Banshu, the Chapman, and then the Adamawa tribes must sign that they agree. The Maiduguri tribes in the south must sign, the Chibok people must sign that they agree without that contract. And then we will all submit ourselves to one Nigeria and work for the future of Nigeria.
The people will decide.
But until there's a new contract, the 1959 contract and the defaced 1999 contract is very irrelevant to the new Nigeria, to the Nigeria of the 24th century, Nigeria of the 23rd century, even the Nigeria of the 22nd century.
All right, so I'm going to stop this video here. You know, our people are wonderfully and fearfully made. They don't like to write things down and understand exactly what was said and how it was said. They will use it half and half and they go out to promote it, and then wrong signals will start coming from there. You can see he's talking basically about the NINA strategy, but he got it all mixed up. That we are waiting till next year to write a new contract. And then everybody will be in one Nigeria. People will be given the opportunity to vote in the referendum or whether they're going to commit or pull from the system. So our pastor is trying to do a good job. But just like anything else a black man do, they're always all over the place. You know, Onyocha will not come out and quote all these things without making sure that he's quoting exactly what the author said.
Or at least making reference to the person that created the strategy.
Right, so that if you're confused, you can go back and not get it from the correct source.
It's easier for you.
You can see how when we started the show, the pastor that mentioned the word that we're using, the sentence, we gave him credit. So that anyone that wants to understand, is this what he said, they can go back. But no, they will go from, like we said, they will go in the basket, boom, they will bring out something, wanting to take credit for it. We sort of played this video today just to see that our people are listening, because Facebook thinks that blocking this thing will stop people from listening. Our people are listening. Yes. But all we are asking is that while you're listening, listen well. Make sure that you got the facts. Get a pen and a paper and write things down that you can use as a reference point, so that you're not giving people wrong information, especially when you in a place of authority.
Exactly.
If you're going to speak, speak clearly and correctly as to the information that you're bringing to your people. So nobody is waiting for next year to do anything. We want everything to start now, Pastor. We want everything to start now. And then when you talk about, oh, you're building one Nigeria, your Nigeria has killed a lot of people and left a lot of people, men and destroyed and disillusioned. We need to give them the opportunity on how they want to continue with the system.
Yes.
That is what Ninas is proposing.
Yes.
You need to acknowledge that. You need to understand that this is not about you trying to support. If you're going to support the information, you support it well. Go ahead, Sister.
Yep, that's what we give. You know, but I'm encouraged that our people are even being bold enough to say, okay, this is what we need to do. Let's not go to election. Let's work on getting a new union agreement. So we need more voices to come to say, but however, like we keep saying, make reference to an authority that is working on that project, so that if you make mistake, the authority will come in and say, yes, this is it, and make some clarification. We are not telling you to become experts, because we cannot all become experts and become medical doctors, engineers, or what. No. But you make reference, when you speak, and make reference to the place, your source. If anybody needs more information, they will go there. You see, you have saved you from the responsibility of error, so that you don't say what you were not asked to say. So activating and asserting your right to self-determination is your responsibility as an indigenous person listening to us today. It's your responsibility. You don't need pastor to come and do it. You don't need a white man, UN, or anybody to do it. No. However, like we said, the professionals that have been working on it for some time now, they will guide us. So your pastor is not trained to do that process. Nope. Your boo-boo is not trained to do that process. So why are you allowing selfish politicians to keep taking you on a merry-go-round? Are you not tired? Are you not exhausted? Promising what there is not within their hands to give. How can you give what you don't have? Like my sister said, we played this video for you, so that you will know that some people are listening, are paying attention. Especially the church in Nigeria. You have lied to the people for too many years. You have lied enough. You have used your position of authority to deceive my people for years. You will not hear from God. You will hear from your pocket and the politicians that gave you money, and you say God sent you to speak. You will pay with your children, no? Do not say, we did not warn you. You are allowing God's children to be killed. He will come for your own children. Did not say we did not warn you. Some of you think we're here to play. What we do is to educate you. After here, we have our place. We have our altars. We have where we go and call on God down. And He's with us in this project. The forces of universe have been assembled for us. There are so many things we see that encourage us. That's why we don't look at whether it's one person watching or two people watching or no. Because we know the assignment. We understand the assignment. The assignment is to come here and talk. What happens after it is not in our hands. Universe will run with it. That's what we are doing. We are dedicated and committed with what we are doing. And then check on our brothers and sisters that are working on the project to see what they're doing. Get day-to-day feedback. Where are we? What next? What next? Supervise what is going on. Make sure that it's what my people want. And good job is going on. The church missed it 2015. Because I saw one video when somebody said, oh, this election is make or ma. I said, no, you lie. The election that was make or ma was 2015 own. And you know what? It marred Nigeria. And all of you are mad. M-A-R-R-E-D. You've been destroyed. So it's time for the church to begin to repent. You carrying on, Adeboye. Internet does not lie, yo. We play these videos to you people. We will show you what you said and what you did not say, because some people were not listening. Internet does not lie. So begin to repent. Begin to humble yourself. Osibanjo, Inasinjo, Obasanjo, all of you in Jonjo, begin to repent. Begin to repent. Stop making noise everywhere. Noise will not deliver the people. It's time to begin to make corrections and repent. Where you missed it, repent. Please help me pull up that there's a last picture I sent about the pyramid of evil. Because when you understand what the problem is, because some people are saying, what is the way forward? If you want, type what is the way forward 20 times. You will not make us to start saying the way forward when we have not reached to where we will say the way forward. We are very organized, and we don't deal with disorganized children. If you're a man, be organized. If you enter class, you sit down calmly and listen. So look at this. You see, there's an arrow. Can you reduce it a little bit so that they will see the arrow? Because there's an improvement on it. Nigeria, the pyramid of evil. You see where the arrow is pointing? That is the crown. We showed you these layers of evil holding Nigeria. We say cancer. Nigeria is suffering from cancer. You're bringing agbo to treat malaria. Are you not deceiving yourself? This is the problem of Nigeria. Then on top of that pyramid of evil is British crown. Next is caliphate. Next is the 1999 constitution, which is the tool the caliphate and the British crown that are using to oppress my people, the masses, through the so-called federal government that has been hijacked. It's just simple like that. Do you understand it?
Yep.
This thing that I said now, where is Obi inside it? Where is that inside it? Where is Emineko or whatever you call him, what's that name, Tinubu? Where is he inside this thing that I've just said? You see, like we said, that God is working with us. The crown just shifted. We know he moved from one hand to the other. But what we're saying, even if the new crown is coming, we are making enough statements of facts that will make them know that we, the indigenous peoples, we have woken up. You better start correcting what the last person did. Because that person supervised evil. No excuses. Oh, I didn't know. No, it's not going to work. Because internet is here. You will be uncovered. As we speak here every Saturday, powers are released. Roots are being uprooted. We told you this thing about that, the roots of the origin of Nigeria. That God said, we brought the prophecy for you. Because when they say the right thing, that's when we bring them. If they don't say the right thing, we throw them inside pits. Because we know the right thing. We hear from heaven. We told you that. We hear from heaven. Because God the Father is our Father. So we don't need any fortune teller to tell us what our Father is saying. We hear him every minute, every second, if you don't know. So, we told you that the roots, the problem of Nigeria is in the roots, the foundation, and that root needs to be uprooted. Did we or did we not? Go to our video, go and watch. If you go to our website, our videos are usually very prophetic because we don't scratch our head and think for over how many years that we have been doing these things. Topics are given to us and contents delivered, and we follow as we pay attention. It's just a question of paying attention. So those of you that are carrying big Bible up and down, think it's by carrying big Bible up and down that God recognizes you and speak to you. No, it's by having a sincere heart. Once your heart is sincere to help humanity and help the people, God will come and be speaking to you. He will not let you rest inside, sleep, wake up, in toilet, in the car, in the kitchen. He is talking. He will not let you rest. Once he sees that your heart is about the people, he will come.
Yeah, he said, why would I give you power when I don't know what you're going to do with the power?
Exactly. So it's time to make amends. In the Bible say, Ozemena. Let there not be a repeat. Children of Britain, plead with your fathers and mothers to repent. No hiding place this time around. This is internet age. This is 21st century. This is not the time that you cut off the legs and the hands of our people and nobody knew what you are doing. No, everything you do will be uncovered. You better begin to make amends. Our church leaders begin to make, our traditional rulers, our greedy politicians begin to make amends, because the whirlwind will so much uncover you. That place you think you're hiding, you will come and bring you out. Then Buhari, Boo, the one that has become commander-chief to kill my people, it's time for you to stand down, or you'll be made to stand down.
Yep.
By the indigenous military people, whose job it is to protect this territory. There are some people that have this job, military. Your job is not to go into the society and be flogging my people for wearing military clothes. That's not your job. Your job is to protect the integrity, the territorial integrity. That is your job. And make sure that foreigners are not invading and intruding into that space. That is your job. And that you will continue to do until we, the indigenous people, decide what we want to do with the space. It is your job. You are receiving salary to do it. So if you fail, don't come and say somebody made you to fail. You GOCs, you know the hierarchy of what to do to a commander-in-chief that is sponsoring terrorism and killing the citizens of a country that you're supposed to protect. You know what to do. That's why there's that position in Aso Rock is, apart from the civilian president, there is also commander-in-chief. It's 2 in 1. You know what to do with commander-in-chief that is sponsoring terrorism with evidence. You people know. It's not that I'm telling you. You people in military, you know. You know how your efforts are sabotaged. Even when Goodluck was there, he said that Boko Haram was in Aso Rock and in military. You know how when you buy new ammunition, they will come and remove it. You know. You know what he had to do by the time we announced to you that Abuja is about to be taken over. You knew what you did. That same thing you did, you're supposed to do it to protect the people. It is your job. You will continue to do that job until we, these people, decide, because you are employed to do it. We are not begging you. That's why you're collecting salary. You will do the needful. How many times will you hear that your so-called commander-in-chief is complicit in the security of both civilians and military officers? How many times are you going to hear GOC? How many times are you going to hear it? Or what do you think is your job? You want us to teach you your job as civilians? Now you're watching political parties bringing those who sponsored terrorism, sponsored terrorists as their party candidates. Those that sponsored and staged the arrest of Chibok girls, Nigerian children. Up to today, we can't find them. They have not been found. And somebody is doing that job. We are clapping hands. Hey, whoa, some invaders are coming. They took our girls. Whose job is it? We are asking. You are seeing politicians mess up the country. You are seeing it. You are seeing a foreigner from Mauritania running as VP to one of the presidential candidates that did not even become a party member before he became presidential candidate. You are seeing the mess up. You are seeing it. And you call yourself military. No one is saying anything. Everyone is looking as if they're under a spell. What then is your job as a military man? As a security agent? All you security agencies, NIA, whatever defense, this one, all of you. Even if your heads are now Fulanis, what of the rest of you? Are you that incapacitated? What percentage of Fulanis are in these agencies? Are you just receiving salary and allowing the blood of our people go to waste like that? What is your job? The money you're receiving is blood money. Because if you receive the money to protect the people and you're not protecting them, you are running up and down, everybody is helpless. We civilians are helpless. Military is helpless. For how many years are you going to do that? We tell you that Nigeria is going towards the pathway of Afghanistan. Are you waiting for that to happen? What is your job? You participated in ECOMOG. Did you not work in ECOMOG? You, that the whole world, they know about Nigerian military. You allow yourself to be reduced to nothing. Are you a police officer or are you a military officer? What is your job? to protect the citizens, to protect the territorial integrity of the country that you're part of, until we negotiate, because we are working on getting a better structure for what to do with our people. While that is going on, you are supposed to be doing your job because you're receiving salary. They just declared Nigeria number 2 terror state after Iraq. Politicians are shouting economy, economy, because that's the only thing they care about. Money, 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 money. Even when they're dying, it's about making money. That's the only thing their brain tells them. This is why there was coup 1966, because the politicians were there watching Fulanis about to invade and kill people. That was why those youth, those young military guys moved in 1966. That coup that they called Igbo coup, no, it wasn't Igbo coup. It's part of the lie we showed you, that they will bring lies, propaganda, to join the heads of the indigenous peoples. But we know better today. That's why we're here to educate you. We know better today. As legitimate indigenous peoples, we now have the power to free ourselves completely. And we're not begging. We're not begging about it. And you know what? It is our responsibility to fix our foundation through 2-step constitutional making. What did we say? 2-step. Because in making constitution, you start from the grassroots and then to the top. You don't start from the top and hand over paper and say, oh yeah, this is your constitution. No, we will do things the right way. Like other countries, we will secure our territory. It is our responsibility as citizens of the land. We will have the right to bear arms. Yes, nobody will stop us. Because that 1999 constitution has been thrown off by the constitutional force majeure that we did on the 16th of December, 2020. So we will have the right to bear arms. Legal arms. I'm not talking about chakabula that people are carrying inside forest and running up on that, or stone and bottle that you want to use to kill your neighbor. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about self-defense. We have told you that self-defense is part of self-determination. We are talking about legal arms to protect the people and the land, to stop those that are trying to invade our territories. We will retrieve our resources, yes, from thieves and criminals. Managing it, we will retrieve our resources. We will enter new negotiations with those who will honor the terms of agreement. Yes, this is what we will do. We were telling you as indigenous peoples, this is what we will do. We are not begging. Safety and stability will naturally attract investors. It's a no-brainer. When you have restored safety and there's stability, people will naturally come and invest.
Yep.
This is not difficult to figure out. We will reclaim our civilization. Yes, you heard me right. We will reclaim our civilization. Enough of nonsense.
Amen.
We will build a befitting home for our people, both those home and abroad. Our people will come back when they want to come back, not begging to come back. We're not going to do that. We will give a future to our children. Yes, we are the mothers that go into labor room to bring out children. You men might not know what it takes. So we are partners with God in populating this earth. And you know what? We will secure the earth.
Amen.
Safety for our people. We will lead the black race to the zenith of their development. And many more. And no one will do it for us. Yes. No one. So we compel our people. We plead with our people to wake up. It is your responsibility to compel your leaders. Yes, you listening to us. You, the indigenous persons, paying attention. Whether you're from Southwest, Southeast, South, Middle Belt, especially part of that alliance territory, it is your responsibility to compel your representatives. Because remember, we told you that politicians are not leaders. They only move. You employ them. So they need to take advantage of constitutional force majeure and the youth mobilization that is going on. Like we see the youths mobilizing themselves. But youths don't have experience, so they might not know. So they just don't want the old order. That's what our children are saying. They don't want the old order. They want things to be fixed. So you, the people, are the ones that will ensure that that is done. Do not wait for your politicians. They will not do it. You saw it in the video that we showed you. They are not interested in changing your life. That's not their concern. Their concern is to do what their paymasters told them to do. So we have a key. There's a key to this success. What is the key? Coordinated joint action. Joint multi-regional action. That's what we call it, alliance. We will be together and we will be coordinated. It's not when somebody will talk A, the other one will talk B, the other one will talk C. No, we will be coordinated, working through one strategy. Yes, some people say, oh, it's not many ways. No, it's not many ways. Many ways will not lead you to the same place you're going. Yes, you will fall into pits. There are ways that you get, they'll cut off your head because you will know that some people have laid ambush there. So you will follow a well thought out plan and we work together. And what is our target? Where are we going? To take down the Caliphate British imposed monster called the 1999 Constitution. That is our target. One singular principle indicator that you have rejected that slavery written code, that code that brings out slavery. The only thing in that paper, that constitution that they put on you, is that you're a slave. One indication that will show that you have rejected it is for you to shut down this voyage to 2023 election. We are not saying boycotts. We are not saying boycott. Some people just that will not listen. We are not saying boycott. For those of you that are doing I'm a pilot and autopilot, that's not what we're saying. We're not saying stop destroying what we are talking about because you're confusing our people. Because we know you are all criminals. You're just looking for how to make money. Stop, because you will be remembered by what you have done. Like we said, we will succeed in this work. And at the end, everybody will come out and say what they have done. Our work will be open. It will not hide. This is internet. It will be open. Then, will you be proud of what you have done, or you will be ashamed of it? You better get informed now. Stop leading our people into evil forest. We are saying shutting down the electoral process, suspending the whole thing. Everywhere, put it down. Why? So that we can fix our condition, our foundation. Because if your house is on fire, you don't go chasing rats. Because the winner of the election will still swear to uphold the criminal code written against you and I. We want to rewrite our own code of living. The code we want to use to do things, we want to write it. The one that are using is the criminal written code against us. And blood of Jesus has blotted every criminal code against us. And we physically will now bring it down. After which we can now proceed to election. And while that is going on, there will be transitional government in place to monitor the day-to-day activities, because usually when nations try to move from A to B, and external people might decide to attack you. No. So when that is going on, transitional government will pay military to do their job, pay police to do their job, all these things they will do. They will not take major decisions. No, because that's not part of the mandate. The transitional government will have a limited mandate, limited framework, and the members will be known from all regions. The assignment will be clear to them. This is what you need to do. So people that say, will Buhari be part of it? What is it? I say, Buhari, step aside. Buhari, calm down. Our people are dying. We need to fix the land. And by the way, there's something called Assets Guarantee Scheme. It's part of the NINA strategy. For those of you that are worried, especially in Dibu, your properties are scattered all over the world. We are not stupid. Some of us have properties in some places also. So, don't be worried. There's asset guarantee scheme used all over other places where there are conflicts to make sure that people's assets are put in, are safeguarded. What happened, I know some of you remember what happened during the Biafra genocide. You know, that was not planned, it was sudden. So all these other things were not put in place. That was why what happened. And even that, it has not even gone, because it will be revisited. Yep. Holocaust. How many years did Holocaust happen? But Israel is still revisiting it and looking for all the war criminals. That something happened 100 years ago does not mean that it's no more a crime. In America here, they will do DNA test and find out somebody that killed somebody 100 years ago. That is justice.
Yep. Don't get comfortable with stolen properties, right?
Yes. They will discover it. Even if the person has died, they will not call, okay, this is now what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. If there's something that needs to be taken back, they will take it back and give it to the owner of the field. So time does not make crime to now become something that is not crime. Time does not make lie to become truth. No. That's why truth is constant. And we stand on truth because we know it does not have expiry dates. So those of you that are working with lies, even some people say they want to have exile, government in exile, Biafra, government in exile. All these are just things that people want to use to cheat you and steal from you. We know some of those people who have worked with them. They want to buy properties and use your money to make money and become sudden president of a Biafra that does not exist. How long are we going to be saying these things? But you know what? You are the one allowing yourself to be cheated because we give you information for your brain to be open so that you be smart and use the power that is within you to assert your self-determination. But you want to be duped because you love lies and they will go telling you all the lies and you'll be following them. Whether you are a fake political group, fake freedom fighting, fake church, it is your money that will go. You will lose your money, you will lose your assets, nothing mega. We stand gidigba. You see, we will fix our land. You will be crying. And then we'll be telling you, oh, sorry, at least you made it, you are alive. You lost your properties and your money, but you are alive. So that's what we'll tell you then. Thank you so much, my dear. Please go ahead.
Thank you, my sister. You said it all, well-rounded. Like we said, we must do the right thing. We have the power within us to do the right thing. It's all about what we want. If we want the same happy way that we've always used all our lives because we want shortcut, quick money, quick everything, quick marriage, fake marriage, all these things, then we are deceiving ourselves. Let's build our house on a solid foundation so that when the wind comes, the rain comes, our house will still stand for us. That's all. Doing it right the first time. So we shall see you guys next weekend. I have a emergency. Family member died, so we will take care of this. We'll see you guys next week. We're happy to have you. Please continue to share. Do not be discouraged. Work is going. Work is going. Our people are getting it. All we are saying is I give credit so that you don't have to bear the burden of trying to explain all the components of the framework. If you're able to give reference, people that didn't understand it well can go there and get more information. As always, the Nina's website is ninasvoice.org. We've always had it on here ongoing for you to go and learn more. We also have the frequently asked questions. We want you to understand this process so that we can move. That's all is holding us. The COVID has shifted, like my sister said. I think the university is responding to our needs.
Yep.
But the question is that are we going to take the opportunity that we have? Are we still going to be marinating in ignorance and praising those that have held us hostage for the rest of our lives? Let's do the right thing. You will die and life will move on. World without end. We've seen it. It's world without end. 450 years of slavery is not enough. It's continuing. China is coming in to continue the enslavement only because we don't know our rights and we are being left vulnerable by our colonial terrorists that are using resources to support their people. We are more than this.
Yeah.
We have the power within to make the change that we want. Until next week.
Bye.